Hi there, we are back for another episode of Shadowbringers, and we are doing the main scenario quest here at the Crystarium at X 12.4 by 16.2, and we have to talk to the manager of suites. It's a level 79 quest, Reassuring the masses. The manager of suites seems surprised to see you up and about. Oh, miss, you're awake. You were injured during the foray on Mount Gulk, yes? I was here at my station, as always, when they carried you in on a makeshift stretcher, looking disturbingly bereft of vigor. And to compound my worry, this guy has, well, I'm sure you've seen. It has everyone rather concerned, to say the least. Seeing you up and about is the first good news we have had in a while. Assuming you feel strong enough, would you mayhap consider a stroll around the city to reassure your anxious citizens? Braggy was one of those who helped convey you to your chambers, and he has visited several times since to inquire after your condition. Well, look who's back from the dead. Aye, it was a grim sight. Your companions looked fair ready to drop when they brought you in, so I offered a helping hand. Couldn't bear to see them struggle so. And you, my friend, I feared you had one foot in the grave. Cold and lifeless, you were like a corpse that was somehow still breathing. Then they told me some evil bastard went and snatched our poor exarch away in the midst of the chaos. Wicked wide, what is this world coming to? Bah, but mourning never solved a thing, did it? Nay, it's times like these that we Crystarium folk stand tall and do what needs to be done. Trade with Yulmer's back on the table. We'd best make use of those resources to fortify the city against the Eaters, or whatever misery the fates deem fit to throw at us next. Speaking of misery, Chesamil was worried sick about you. A healer wringing her hands is not a sight you ever wish to see, let me tell you. Speak with Chesamil. Oh, sweetie, you're alive. No one's been allowed to see you. Even Spagaric's Chirurgians were forbidden from making visits. Reen was kind enough to tell me you were showing symptoms similar to Eater corruption, so I suppose there was little any of us could have done for you in any case. As for your companions, they've been rushing hither and yon, seeking a cure to your condition. I worry to see their faces grown ever more haggard every time they pass through the Crystarium. I shall let them know you are awake, and when they come to see you, sweetie, please do convince them to rest a bit. They won't be helping anyone if they all collapse of exhaustion. And our own Morin has been little better, I'm afraid. He hasn't left the cabinet, too busy with his nose buried in one dusty tome or another. Avinet. Confounded, this says the same thing as the last. Mayhap I should approach the problem from a different perspective. Sweet, is it truly you and not some figment of my imagination? Oh, but this is wonderful. It would seem our prayers have been answered. Feeling otherwise helpless, I've been scouring our shelves for the wisdom to explain this most worrisome conundrum. Why, with all the Light Wardens defeated, has the light returned to obscure the sky? I must have pored over 100 tomes, but no definitive conclusion seems forthcoming. So many questions I would pose to the Exarch, and thus do I feel his absence all the more keenly. Now that you are awake, however, I am hopeful the search for our stone steward might begin in earnest. Catullus, meanwhile, leads the crystalline mean in preparations for battle, so against what foe we are as yet uncertain. Why not pay her a visit? I expect seeing you upright would be a much welcome relief. Is this... okay. The Unmarrow Knowledge. Sweet, alive and well, I see. You gave us all a proper fright, you know that? The friends you have made in the facets have been talking with me, wondering what they could do to help. Anyway, I'm glad you've recovered enough to stand. You're not planning on striking out straight away, so are you? I was hoping to have a better look at your equipment. If we'd been able to provide you with better weapons or sturdier helms, then maybe you would have won the day, and the Exarch would still be here. As such, we are keeping busy consulting each other on new forging techniques and designs and the like. If you could stand still a moment, I'd like to assess the gear we are trying to improve. Aye, well, that's some fine work, I must admit. It wouldn't be impossible to make something better, but we'd need to experiment with different patterns and materials, and I'm not sure we have that kind of time. That sounds like a challenge that he would enjoy. Greetings, Greneart. The master of the stairs is running his own errands now, is he? Aye, well, my servers are distraught enough as it is, and I didn't want to crack the whip too hard. But never mind that. I'm thinking our absent genius and his epiphanies are the perfect answer to this predicament of yours. And by genius you mean old Greneart. He is a man of unrevealed gifts. I won't argue with you there. But what good does his talent do us if we can't bloody find him? No one's seen hide nor hair of Greneart since he wandered off some years ago. You know what he is like once he latches onto an idea. He's probably cloistered himself in some forgotten cave, completely absorbed in his latest creation. I wouldn't even know where to start looking. That does make things difficult. Still, if that eccentric is someone you are destined to meet, I wager he'll show up soon enough. In my time at the bar, many's the tale I've heard told of strangely fated encounters, even if a few of them might be stretching the truth just a bit. We'll keep our noses to the grindstone for the time being, but on the off chance you do encounter Greneart, you'd be wise to take advantage of his brilliance rather than wait on our slow and steady progress. This is all talk for when you are fully recovered, of course. I'll let you get back to convalescing, eh? Before you do that, you're actually the reason I came over here in the first place. I don't suggest partaking of my stock until you are properly well, but if you are passing near the stairs, then I've a regular who's eager to meet you. I'd best be getting back. Just because the world's coming apart at the seams doesn't mean we have to follow suit now, does it? Here, we can't forget the heart upon which this city was founded, or the exarch might not have much of a home to return to. Complete. That was it for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.